I'm just explaining where we came from. So anyways, one of the things is Dave has baby steps. So first thing you do is you save $1,000 in case of emergency. You blow a tire or whatever. You pay cash to fix the tire or replace the tire instead of putting it back on a credit card. Then once you do that and you have your $1,000 saved, then you pay off your bills from smallest to largest, except for the house. And then you also stop your retirement, if you have any. You put everything towards debt. Then, once you do that, then you start putting 15% into retirement, and then you aggressively pay off your house. So I'm kind of a math nerd. I'm also the spender. Dave says there's two types of people, the math nerd and the spender. And I'm both of those. I tend to get in a fight with myself sometimes. But it is what it is. So anyways, Dave said I needed 6 months of expenses, and I'm sitting in an environment, a national economy where it's pretty scary. I really don't even know if I'd lose my house or not, because I don't know how long I'm going to have a job. So I figure out, well, I need emergency right now. I need an emergency fund right now. How long would it take me to save 6 months of expenses? And I broke out my Excel spreadsheet and I figured it out. With the bills we had at the time, I needed $20,000 roughly for 6 months of emergency. 6 months with no job. The wife and I both lost our job, and we needed 6 months to find new ones. We needed 20 grand to float. And I thought, wow, 20 grand, that's crazy. We don't have any money in the bank. How do we do that? So I looked at our income and our bills, and I saw, well, I can come up with $200 a month. I'm sure I can come up with that. How long would it take me to save 20 grand? It was like 7 years to save 6 months worth of emergency expenses. And I thought, that ain't gonna work. 7 years, I could be out of a job tomorrow. So that just ain't gonna work. So then I thought, well, let me see what this guy Dave, he says to pay everything off from smallest to largest. So I put that in my spreadsheet. And I put in all my numbers, and we owed, I don't even know, not counting the house, I can't remember, somewhere between $70,000 and $100,000 on our toys, basically cars, trucks, whatever we had at the time. I know we had a car, truck, and an RV. I don't think we had anything else, but it was somewhere between $70,000 and $100,000 is what we owed, not counting our house. So I took his smallest to largest. I put it in my spreadsheet, and I applied the $200 extra a month. And it said we'd have everything paid off in 3 years. And then after 3 years, of course, you don't have those payments anymore. You don't need all that monthly income to pay a truck payment that you don't have. So now your 3 to 6 months living expenses, instead of you needing $3,500 a month, you only need $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month. And so I could pay off everything we owned and then have 6 months of emergency expense, and that I could do in 3.5 years. Where living the way I was living, it would take me 7 years just to save up 6 months of expenses. I almost fell out of my chair. I mean, I ran into the living room. I'm like, wife, look at this. This is crazy. Look.